Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. In what can only be described as one of the most emotional and unexpectedly intense Father's Day baseball showdowns in recent memory, the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants delivered a game that will be remembered not just for the scoreboard, but for the human stories etched between innings. The rivalry between these two storied franchises has always been laced with drama, but no one could have anticipated the magnitude of emotions, strategic gambles, surprise returns, and personal dedications that would unfold under the California sun on June 15, 2025. Let's start with the Dodgers' rising star, Andy Pages. The 24-year-old Cuban outfielder who has quietly become one of the team's most dependable and explosive young hitters. Pages walked into this game with something more than just baseball on his mind. Father's Day, for many players, brings nostalgia and a desire to honor the men who shaped them. For Pages, whose father still resides in Cuba and hasn't been able to watch his son play live due to political and visa challenges, the day was laced with emotional weight. And when Pages stepped into the batter's box in the fifth inning with 2 men on base and the Dodgers trailing, the weight of that love became his fuel. With one thunderous crack of the bat, he launched a towering 3-run homer into the bleachers and then, as he crossed home plate, he pointed skyward and visibly fought back tears. In the post-game interview, he whispered, "That one was for my dad." I know he was watching somehow. The moment resonated across the stadium and the internet, with fans and players alike touched by the vulnerability and beauty of that dedication, but the emotional undercurrents didn't end there. Dustin May, the flame-haired right-hander who has battled injuries, surgeries, and doubt for nearly 2 full seasons, made his long-awaited return to the mound. May's career has been plagued with setbacks, and some even speculated that his days as a major league starter might be behind him. But on this day, with a packed crowd and high stakes, he showed grit and determination that electrified the dugout. While his command wasn't perfect, and he gave up 4 runs over 6 innings, it was the way he pitched, refusing to fold, fighting through every count, that earned the respect of fans and teammates alike. Manager Dave Roberts said it best. "Dustin showed us today that the heart of a champion doesn't fade, it just waits for its moment." Now let's talk about the drama unfolding on the Giants' side. In a shocking turn of events, the Giants announced just before the game that they had executed a blockbuster trade, sending their starting left-handed pitcher Kyle Harrison to the Boston Red Sox in exchange for power-hitting third baseman Rafael Devers. The timing of the announcement, mere minutes before first pitch, sent shockwaves through the clubhouse. Players looked stunned, coaches scrambled, and the focus seemed visibly rattled. Harrison, beloved in the Giants' locker room, was seen hugging teammates in the tunnel, tears visible in some players' eyes. That kind of emotional disruption before a high-stakes rivalry game is rare, and the ripple effects were felt from the very first inning. The Giants did what they could to recover, and for a while, they seemed to control the game. With the Dodgers down early, San Francisco hitters took advantage of May's early wildness. But as the game went on, something shifted. The Dodgers dugout, led by veterans like Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei Ohtani, refused to back down. They encouraged May, rallied behind Page's homer, and in the 7th inning, took the lead for good. Freddie Freeman, always calm and reliable, smacked a double to deep right field, scoring 2 and giving the Dodgers a 6-4 lead. Then came the bullpen, with Blake Trinan, Daniel Hudson, and closer Tanner Scott completely shutting down the Giants. Scott struck out the side in the 9th, slamming the door on what had been a chaotic, emotional, and unforgettable game. But let's zoom out and really understand what this game means, beyond just the stats. For Andy Pages, this wasn't just about a home run. It was a declaration, a message to his family, to his country, and to himself that he's more than just a role player, he's a star in the making. And when the cameras zoomed in on him after the game, clutching a Cuban flag towel gifted by a fan, you could see the pride on his face. For a young man from Havana who dreamed of playing under the big lights, this game was a culmination of years of sacrifice. For Dustin May, this was a resurrection, a reminder that no matter how many times you're counted out, resilience has its own reward. His fastball may not be back to 100 miles per hour, but his willpower is off the charts. Fans chanted his name as he walked off the mound, and the moment felt like redemption wrapped in sunlight. For the Giants, the trade of Kyle Harrison is going to sting for a while. He was homegrown talent, a fan favorite, and seeing him go, especially on such short notice was like tearing a band-aid off without warning. But Rafael Devers, who is expected to debut in the next series, brings undeniable firepower. The Giants are clearly pushing for a win-now strategy, betting that his bat will rejuvenate a lineup that has struggled in recent weeks. Social media lit up in the hours after the game, with fans debating whether the Giants made the right call, and Dodgers supporters declaring this win a statement about their postseason ambitions. "This team has heart," one fan tweeted, "and Andy Pages has arrived." Of course, the victory also came with strategic implications. The win pulls the Dodgers closer to first place in the NL West and serves notice to the rest of the league that this team, despite early injuries, despite roster rotation, is coming into form at the perfect time. But perhaps the most beautiful thing about this game is what it reminded all of us. Baseball is not just a sport, it's a theater of life. A stage where personal stories, emotional weight, and human triumph unfold in real time. We saw that in Page's tearful tribute, in May's determined comeback, in the Giants' stunned dugout, grappling with change and uncertainty. Father's Day games have a way of bringing out the sentiment in everyone. But this one felt especially cinematic, a reminder that behind every stat line is a human being with dreams, struggles, and purpose. As we close out today's episode of Daily Gossip, let's take a moment to reflect on what we witnessed: a rising star honoring his roots, a warrior returning from injury, and two teams battling not just each other, but the emotional tide of change. Make sure to subscribe for more exclusive deep dives into moments like this, because in the world of sports, drama isn't just confined to the scoreboard, it's written into every pitch, every swing, and every quiet moment between innings. We'll be following the Rafael Devers debut closely, updating you on Dustin May's next start, and watching to see if Andy Page's emotional home run sparks a summer breakout. Thank you for watching Daily Gossip. Stay tuned for more stories where heart meets highlight.